Show some respect. Those were the words echoing around football circles when Notts County owner Alan Hardy absolutely destroyed former manager John Sheridan, following one of the most explosive sideline meltdowns in recent memory. But before we dive into this chaotic scandal, let me tell you why John Sheridan deserves far more credit than this single moment of madness suggests. Picture this: December 2016, Notts County versus Wycombe. The tension is thick as John Sheridan watches his team struggle on the pitch. Then it happens. The referee makes a decision that sends Sheridan over the edge. What followed was a foul-mouthed tirade that would cost him his job and spark a massive controversy about respect in football. The official report captured every explosive word. "You're a f***ing disgrace. You're a f***ing useless referee. My kids aren't going to get any f***ing Christmas presents because of you." Those exact words sealed his fate at Notts County and handed owner Alan Hardy the perfect excuse to swing the axe. Hardy didn't hold back in his response. He framed Sheridan's dismissal as gross misconduct, painting himself as the defender of family values and respect in football. "I am not prepared to tolerate any member of my staff abusing referees and officials in this manner," Hardy declared, positioning Notts County as a family-friendly club that wouldn't stand for such behaviour. But here's where the story gets interesting, and this is where you need to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments whether you think Sheridan was unfairly treated or if Hardy made the right call, because the League Managers Association came out swinging on Sheridan's behalf, revealing the real truth behind this dramatic sacking. The LMA pointed out something crucial. The sacking happened 23 days after the incident. 23 days! During that time, Notts County had endured a club record run of 9 successive defeats. Suddenly, Sheridan's outburst looked less like the real reason for his dismissal and more like a convenient legal pretext to remove a manager whose team was failing on the pitch. This is where John Sheridan's story becomes truly fascinating, because despite this explosive end to his time at Notts County, his career tells the tale of a man who consistently bounced back from adversity and achieved remarkable success when others had written him off. Let's rewind to where it all began. A squad player making up the numbers. He was a key figure, a fan favourite who embodied everything supporters wanted to see in their players. When his time at Leeds came to an end, the public narrative painted it as a dramatic falling out with new manager Howard Wilkinson. The media loved the story of conflict and personality clashes, but Sheridan himself tells a completely different tale, one that shows the maturity and professionalism that defined his playing career. In his own words, he had a lot of time for Howard Wilkinson. The departure wasn't about ego or conflict, it was simply about not fitting the new manager's tactical style. Leeds received a fee they were happy to accept, and Sheridan viewed the move as just life sometimes. No drama, no burning bridges, just a professional understanding that football moves on. This forward-looking attitude became the hallmark of Sheridan's resilience throughout his career. After a brief and unsuccessful spell at Nottingham Forest that could have derailed many players, Sheridan found his true home at Sheffield Wednesday. Nearly 200 league appearances proved he hadn't lost his touch or his determination to succeed at the highest level. Then came the moment that defined his playing legacy forever: the 1991 Football League Cup final against Manchester United. Picture the scene: Wembley Stadium packed to capacity. Sheffield Wednesday facing the mighty Red Devils. The match hanging in the balance when John Sheridan stepped up to produce magic. A rocket of a shot that flew past the Manchester United goalkeeper and into the net. The goal that secured the trophy for Sheffield Wednesday and cemented Sheridan's place in football history. This wasn't just any goal. This was a career-defining moment that showed his ability to deliver when the stakes were highest. But Sheridan wasn't finished yet. He continued to prove his worth by helping Bolton Wanderers achieve promotion to the Premier League during the 1996-97 season. Playing 20 times and scoring twice might not sound extraordinary, but for a veteran midfielder helping secure Premier League football, it was another testament to his enduring quality and winning mentality. His international career with the Republic of Ireland added another layer to his impressive resume. 34 caps representing his country, including appearances at both the 1990 and 1994 24 FIFA World Cups. His most successful managerial period came during an incredible 3-year spell with Chesterfield between 2009 and 2012. In the space of just 2 seasons, he guided the club to both a Football League Two title in 2010-11 and a Football League trophy triumph in 2011-12. Think about that achievement for a moment. 2 major trophies in consecutive seasons. That's not luck or accident. That's the mark of a manager who knew how to get the best out of his players and build a winning mentality within the squad. Unfortunately, football's unpredictable nature struck again when the team was relegated the following season, but those trophy wins remain permanent proof of Sheridan's managerial ability. His talent for rescuing clubs from desperate situations became legendary throughout lower league football. At Plymouth Argyle, he took over in January 2013, with the club staring relegation in the face. Within months, he had successfully saved the team, earning himself a new contract and the gratitude of the entire club. Similar heroics followed at Newport County, where he lifted them from the bottom of the table to 20th position with an impressive 10-game unbeaten run. The pattern that emerged was clear. John Sheridan possessed a unique gift for providing struggling teams with exactly the jolt they needed. His record of returning to clubs multiple times, most notably managing Oldham Athletic, a remarkable 6 times, proved that despite any controversies, football people recognized his value and trusted him to deliver results when it mattered most. Even examining his overall managerial statistics reveals a man who consistently found ways to succeed despite often inheriting difficult situations. His win percentages across different clubs, while not spectacular, represented solid performance considering he typically took charge of teams that were already struggling and facing potential relegation. The Notts County incident, dramatic as it was, represents just one moment in a career filled with both triumph and adversity. Yes, his emotional outburst was unprofessional and gave the club owner exactly the ammunition needed to justify his dismissal. But context matters enormously here. Sheridan was enduring a club record run of 9 successive defeats. The pressure was immense. The frustration was building. Sometimes the very passion and intensity that drives someone to explosive outbursts is the same fire that produces remarkable achievements and clutch performances when everything is on the line. His story is ultimately one of resilience. From the pragmatic way he handled his departure from Leeds United, to bouncing back from unsuccessful spells to achieve trophy success with Chesterfield, Sheridan consistently demonstrated an ability to overcome setbacks and find new ways to succeed. What makes John Sheridan's journey even more remarkable is how he managed to maintain relevance across multiple decades of football. Think about the changing landscape of the game from the 1980s through to the 2010s. The sport evolved dramatically, yet Sheridan found ways to adapt and contribute at every stage. As a player in the 80s and 90s, he mastered the traditional midfield role. As a manager in the 2000s and beyond, he learned to work with modern players and tactical systems. The firefighter reputation that defined his managerial career actually speaks to an incredibly valuable skill set. Not every manager can walk into a crisis situation and immediately improve results. The fact that clubs repeatedly turned to Sheridan during their most desperate moments proves they recognized something special in his approach. His ability to galvanize struggling players and extract performances when relegation loomed large is a talent that cannot be taught from textbooks. Consider also the personal cost of such a peripatetic career. Moving from club to club, dealing with constant pressure and scrutiny, facing the possibility of failure with each new appointment. Lesser individuals might have given up or settled for easier options. Sheridan kept fighting, kept believing he could make a difference, kept accepting new challenges even when the odds were stacked against him. The international recognition he earned with the Republic of Ireland further validates his quality as a footballer. Representing your country at World Cups isn't an honour granted lightly. Those 34 caps came because Irish managers recognised his technical ability, tactical understanding and mental strength. Standing alongside some of Ireland's greatest ever players during those World Cup campaigns, Sheridan proved he could compete with the very best. Today, at 60 years old, John Sheridan's legacy should be defined not by one heated exchange with match officials,
but by over 600 appearances as a loyal and consistent player, by a cup final winning goal at Wembley, by multiple promotions and relegation battles won, and by the trust shown by club after club who knew they could rely on his expertise and passion when facing their darkest hours. That's a legacy worth celebrating, controversy and all.